Good morning, class. Hope everybody's having a great day. Today we're going to look at Lesson 18, the interactive card. So we'll jump in there and get started on that real quick. I'm going to show you a card I made the other day, just to give you an idea of what we're going to create. Maybe I don't have that card open. Well, darn it. We're just going to jump in and start building then. Wait, this might be it. There we go. I'm going to hit run. You can see the moon traveling across the sky. And then press up or down keys. So if I press the up key, you can see we have Santa and his reindeer coming across. The background changes. And then we have our tree that'll wiggle. Now, one thing I would add in here is maybe a personal message for whoever you're sending this to. All right, so let's get started. I'm going to jump back over to our other one. Jump on to level 3 where we start. Now, if we go through, Code.org's done a great job of kind of leading us through here. So it says lay out your background. Decide what type you're going to use, right? Well, I'm using a sprite background, so I got to go in and look for these. So backgrounds, I'm just going into the backgrounds. And you can see they got a couple of winter ones. If I'm going to do something similar to the last one, I'm just going to grab one. I did this one last time, so I'll click that one. Done. I'm going to add in my other background as well since I'm here. There we go. I've got my two backgrounds. And it's named Background Landscape. This one was Santa 1. All right, let's get coding. Let's get that first background in. They started us with a draw loop. So my background being a sprite, I've got to create it. And we want to give it unique names, right? I can't leave it as sprite. So I'm going to use BG, stand for background, 200, 200, right in the center of the screen. And I'm going to give it an animation of that background one. Now, I could hit reset run, nothing's going to happen, right? It's not going to do anything until I put my draw sprite. And I know my draw sprite should be in that draw function, so run, there it is. Nice. Make sure we did everything on here. Do this. Figure out what background. Cool, I've got that. Let's see what happens when we go to 4. I should hit the finish button, right? But there it goes. Okay, adding sprites. Let's do that. I gotta go back in and add my sprites. Now, if I look through here, there is not a Santa in here. I can upload images. Man, I got all kinds of images in here. Oh, I could see that tree there. Huh. I should have wrote down what the names of these were, but I did not. Well, we're just going to use what's in here. So I think I'll use a spaceship to represent where that Santa was. I should have been better prepared, shouldn't have I? There it is. Do I like any of those? I don't like those. Let's get out of there. Let's go to add. We're going to do well, darn it. We'll look through some of the retro stuff. I like the retro stuff. There's a nice spaceship there. We'll use that one. And I need something that represented that tree. We'll go back into retro. Where was it at? And we'll do a little alien on the ground. Now, my tree, when you looked at it, was changing light colors. So I will show you how I did that real quick. We got this little alien. Okay. You see where it says duplicate this frame? That's what I'm going to do. I don't want to add a new frame. I want to go to duplicate. So when I go to duplicate, now this one here, I can see I'm on 1, I'm on 2. It really don't matter, but I can make his eye change. Maybe I want to make this a little bit different color. So if you can't see, you may have to hit Control minus if you're not seeing these. If I hit Control plus, notice how it disappears down there. Control minus brings it in. So I'm going to go and find a new color. I just click on that black, and I want maybe a little bit more yellowish color. So I click on the eye. Oh, I don't click on the eye. I get the paint bucket, and then I click on the eye, and you can see it changes. So now his eye is changing a little bit. Not really obvious. You can kind of see it right here, but not a big change, which is good. Okay, I could make his arm go up a little bit. So I'm going to grab this. I just used my eyedropper and clicked on the color I wanted, and it gives me the color down here. And what I'm going to do is also go on here. Oops. This is no color. So I got the no color, but if I do another Control minus, I can see where I can switch them. Now I have this one on top. That means I'm going to get rid of that color. So, oops. Before I do that, I want to make sure my square is the same size. How big is it? Okay, well, it'll be fine. We'll make a couple of them. All right, here we go. Paint bucket. Fill that in. You can see it got rid of most of it. That's fine. A little bit showing, not bad. Now I'm going to grab my square tool. I got to switch my colors back. And now I can just fill in with my block. I should have done a little better job. It's still not getting it grabbed right. Hard to draw with that. I could have done the eraser and drawn with it. But now you can see his hand kind of moves. That works. I know it's not great, but it works. I'm going to get my teardrop again. I'm going to change the color of this. I've got this dark color. I want this lighter color. We're going to make those change colors. So my paint bucket again. There we go. Now he's got quite a bit of change going on. I'm going to do the same here. I'm going to add, and I'm going to make this flame kind of move through here. So again, I'm going to use this. I'm going to get this red color. I got my red color now. I'm going to get my fill bucket. And these two on the end, I want to change those. But before I get too carried away, I want to save that color so that I can fill in probably these. Yeah. And then I'm going to go back, get my red color again, and fill in this one. Nice. So I got some change going, right? A little bit of change on that flame. I could do a lot more, but right now I just want to get coding. So we're going to drop in our sprites. So spaceship, we'll do SS. And we're going to give it the image of Space Battle. Check it. Whew, that is pretty big. Let's do a sprite scale on there and bring that down. SS, and we want it to be probably 0.5. Let's see what that does. Oops, what did I do? What? It's thinking it's a variable. Let's see. Can't figure out what SS is. I've got it right here. Oh, I did capital letters. I didn't do lowercase. That's what happened. Still too big. So I'm going to go 0.25. Oops. Reset run. That's better. Now, I don't want him starting there. In fact, I'm going to start him over at this side. So I want him kind of over off the screen. I'm just going to look down here. You can see my X and Y. I'm going to put him off the screen. So I'm going to do like a -10, 125. So -10, 125. Reset run. There he is. He's kind of off the screen now. He's just barely on there. He's going to fly up at an angle, but we're going to get our next sprite on here as well. And we're going to say this is our tree. I know he's not a tree. Do you see how I did a capital T on there? I got to be sure to continue that or I'll cause myself some problems. So he is that retro creature. Ooh, look how big he is. We're going to make this guy go down to probably the same, 0.25, reset run. That's not bad. I'm going to set him right over here. So we're going to look, he's going to be about, let's put him right around in here. So 312, 285. That's not going to be right, but 312, 285, reset run. Oh, that's really not bad. I like that there. All right. See if I did everything that needs done here. Check the sprite table. Sprites, find your images and put them inside. Done. Hit finish. Yep, we're continuing along. Now it wants us to do what? You've got your background, you got your sprites, add our if statement. So here we go. Excuse me. Remember, we got to do a couple of movements in here. So I'm going to hit run. This little guy is going to rock back and forth. So I'm going to do that first. That one's a nice, easy one. So I'm going to do my if. Okay. And I'm going to say if, what do I want? If down. So if the user presses the down arrow, I just want this guy to rotate. Now I do need to use, I could use a random number. Let's do that. We're just going to do a random number. 1 and 10 might even work. Let's try it. Reset run. Oh, down arrow, there he goes. That works. Yeah. Okay, I'm good with that. All right, now we got to work on making my spaceship fly across. Now, I don't want him to fly straight. That's nice and easy. We can do that to begin with. This is going to be on the up arrow. And we're going to do the counter pattern on this one. So sprite.x, because I want him to move across. I'm moving across this way. I can see my X down here is getting bigger. It starts at 0 and goes all the way to 400. So I know I need math. So grabbing my math, and I'm going to grab another sprite.x. Now I know this guy's name is not Sprite. His name is SS, capital SS for spaceship. And I think I'm going to give this like a 3. Reset run. Why are we not moving? Oh, I didn't push the up key. There he goes. Nice. He's moving across. Perfect. Reset run. Now, like I said, I want him to go diagonal. I don't want him to go straight up. I should give him a little bit of rotate also. So let's do that just to make it look like the ship's not going straight. So up here, SS. I'm going to give him a rotate of like -5. Let's see if that's enough. No, we're going to go more. 15. That looks pretty good. Now, I need a sprite.y. SS. Now, I'm going to show you a quick one. We're going to do SS.y. I'm going up, so that's a -1. Now I click off and it does the same thing, right? Just quicker from grabbing everything. So now I push up and now he's going diagonal. I like that. Looks pretty good. Should have the Death Star back here, right? All right. Looking good. I've got 2 sprites. I've got a random number. I've got an X and Y being used. and a rotation for property. So we're doing good that way. Now, I had Merry Christmas on here. So let's do this. We need to get some stuff written on there. So I'm going to go back to drawing. I'm going to go down, and remember we start with our fill color. And this is going to be at the very bottom. I don't want to in anything yet. I don't want yellow. I think I want white. And then I want my letter size. So let's see. Text size. I think I want like 20. And then I'm going to go with, remember to write my text, it needs string XY. And I think I'm going to say May. Reset run. See how I like that? It's right there. We're going to put it at 200, 200. Or not 200, 200. 200 on X. And 15 is not bad. Okay, white is not a good color. Let's go red. Okay, I can see that. I might need to make it a little bigger, but you get the idea. We could play with those things later. Now, I'm going to do another one. You get where I'm going? Now, I can't do 15 because that'll be right on top. I'm going to do like 25. We're just playing here. Oh, not enough. 35. There we go. May the next. Now, how could I change the color on this last one? If I wanted to change it, it's nice and easy. All I do is get another fill color. And like this one, I think I'm going to leave yellow because this is going to be May the Force, I should say, be with you, right? We're going to put that in. May the and then we started everything at 200. I'm going to show you we're going to do that. We're going to put this at 45. See how it looks? Got to go down probably 55. And 200, you see how it lines up there, which looks okay? But I want to kind of center it. So I'm going to go back probably all the way to 100. And some of this is just trial and error. That's too far, so we're going to do 120. Okay, that's better. Kind of looks lined up. I could go maybe even a little bit more, 130. But the problem I have is yellow I can't read. So let's do a blue. There we go. May the Force be with you. Okay, nice. I've got sprites. I've got all that. I've got that on the screen. Now here's the thing. I don't want this to stay on here after I push the button. Okay, so I'm going to click on that so I get an else statement. And all this is just going to get dropped in there. Now, some of this could have gone up at the very top, like red and all that. But if I were to do some more text later on inside my card, then that could be a problem. So it's best to just keep it all together. Now, when I push up, letters disappear. Nice. Like that. Okay? So now I need to do some variables. Let's get it to where I can change backgrounds. So here we go. First variable. We're going to do this one and call it count. And count is at 0. And what's going to happen is it's going to check how long I pushed the up arrow, okay? So every time I push it, I got to do count equals count plus, oops, that's the equal, plus 1, okay? There we go. So now it's going to start counting, but down here, I'm going to do another control. If, and I'm going to do math. I can type this out, but remember double equal signs for equals. Let's do equal or greater than, because I could end up missing it. We're going to do equal. We'll be fine. If count equals, let's say 100 to begin with, then I want my background to change. I want to go, remember BG was background. I want BG to change to that Santa background, the dark one. Reset run. Now, I do up arrow. It's flying. There, it changed. Nice. I like it. And my little guy's still waving. Now I could make him disappear if I wanted to with visible. He's fine right there. I kind of like how he looks like he's waving on his screen. And then I should change this to where it disappears and put my message, right? And maybe may the force be with you would be on this side too. Or maybe it's happy birthday or whatever occasion I'm making this card for. But we got to get more in here, okay? So I could do, what other thing did I do? Let's look at the other one and see what else I did. I did an X and a Y on this last one. And when you see my Santa Claus was controlled by Y and X rather than sprite.y and sprite. So we could do that. That's an easy low-hanging fruit to get. So we could make 2 more sprites, or 2 more variables, I apologize. And if I look at where my Santa Claus starts for an X, Santa Claus starts at -10. So X is -10. And I need to do a Y. And Y starts at 125. Now here's the thing. Down here, instead of using this ss.x, I could put in, and if you see, xy, I put in my counter pattern for xy. And you can see those down in here. If y equals 0, y equals 10, that was moving my sun. That's what that was doing. Okay, perfect. Now I remember. So we have to have some drawing elements on here, right? So I need to go in here. And we're going to go and do a drawing. And I just did a simple ellipse. Put that in. On my ellipse, I want to start over here. Oops, let's go reset. Woo, that's a big ellipse. I want it to start over here. We're going to start about, let's start up here at 393, 102. 393, oops, it didn't type. 393, 102. And then these are just 50-50 because I just want it fairly small. This was what I had for that moon. There it is. Okay, and I want it to go up diagonal. And it can just start to begin with. I need to put in a fill color, right? No stroke. Now, if you look at it, I got this nice little sun. That's good. Now, down here, I can just put in another one that says, what do I want? I'm just going to have it start moving as soon as everything starts. So I'm going to have a counter pattern, but I got to do my variable. X equals, so right here, and X equals. So I'm going to do X equals X minus 1. And this one is actually Y, so I got to change it. And Y equals Y minus 1. Now, on this, here's the silly thing. This is going to go to 393. This is going to go to 102. That keeps everything where it's at. Good. X has been declared yet. X has been declared. Now I need to do X and I need to do Y. Now that sun's going to start moving because I put it in there. There it goes. Then I got my up, and I got my shake. And it'll change to the background. So now I have about everything I need. There's some cleaning up I could do, but this is a great start on this project. If you go through this, you'll have almost everything you need in order to complete this assignment. Happy coding. Until next time.